Hey. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I like your glasses. No, thank you. I like your, yeah, it's the same one. Nice. What are the chances? Yeah. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all good. I've just been chilling out. Shall we just jump in? Yeah, let's do it. Jinx. Nice. That's crazy. Are you going to be, speaking softly the entire time? Yeah. I mean, in case some people want to Yeah, I guess it's sort of your thing. Cool. Hey, congrats on 10K. That's awesome. How do you feel about it? It's crazy that those are 10,000 individual people who watch my content. So, yeah, massively, massively grateful and, excited to see how it all goes, I guess. We can redo that answer if you want. No, I'm happy with that, I think. No, you're fine. No, nothing wrong with it. Let's crack on, shall we? The first questions are from your patrons. Yeah, you like those guys. Do you want to give a little plug for your Patreon first up? Yep, good idea. I have a Patreon, and if you want... Sorry to cut you off, man. It's just that, we're running out of time, and I think we should crack in with the questions, yeah? First up, a question from Jessie K. Oh, we like Jessie. Hey, Jessie. What was your background in filmography before starting your channel? I'd also be interested in hearing more about your day job, if you're comfortable sharing. None, to be honest. I don't really consider myself a filmographer. Have never really done it professionally to a high standard. Certainly not the filming side of things. I mean, I've edited bits and bobs before, but again, not to really any sort of professional level. And as for my day job, I am a graphic designer and photographer. So I guess these skills lend themselves to this pursuit. Cracking answer. All right. This one is from Allyson, Bede. I'd like to hear about your creative process from concept to film to editing. That's sort of vague, I guess. I know it may vary, but what would be typical? A project starts with a visual I have in mind, an aesthetic in my head that I know I want to capture. And often this is a parody or something that is strongly inspired by something that already exists. For instance, in Limbo's case, it was an album cover. Well, was it an album cover? Or it might have just been a graphic I found online on Pinterest or something that I was like, I'm going to make something that looks like that. Same with, I guess, King of Hearts. It was sort of a playing card, something graphically conceptual leads to me getting excited about an idea. With The Gentleman, it was about suits, men in suits doing ASMR. Sleep City, it was about noir and that sort of Sin City aesthetic. So that's the beginning of the process. And then I obviously need to work out how to make it sound good. I accept that having the visual first doesn't really, it's sort of maybe backwards. You should sort of work out how it should sound good. That's ASMR. But yeah, and then I script it, I guess, very vaguely. I sort of storyboard it in my head. I say storyboard it in my head. I storyboard it on paper. And then I film it and edit it and release it. It's all a bit chaotic, such is the nature of YouTube. And actually, it's a two-part question. What drew you to ASMR in the first place? I just saw an ASMR video and I was like, sure, let's do it. I think I'd been looking for an excuse to create content, and I saw this as a great chance to just to have fun, and explore some things. From Bearded Audio. Shout out to Ian. Hey, Ian. When did you first think I could do shorts? And what pushed you to make your first? The most simple answer to that is that I can't yet stomach the idea of doing a long. As in, the collabs tend to give me enough material to have, a 45 to an hour long video, which is great because I don't need to be the only one on camera. Nice one, bro. Jenni. How do you feel about how far you've come? And where do we go from here? I'm cautious that I don't want to put much in store by the metric of a subscriber count. That's not how I want to quantify success or pride in what we've done. I am proud and thrilled that people have been responding as well as they have to the videos. That's just really cool. And as for where we want to go, I'm not light on ambition, but I am wanting to temper myself so as to create realistic and achievable goals and to not burn out in the process. Undeniably Emily asks, my questions would be, where do you get your ideas? And how do you know which ideas are the ones you want to pursue? Yeah, where do you get your ideas? I don't want to provide any sort of overly wanky or masturbatory answer to this. It's films, music, books, where everyone's ideas come from. I'm not one at all to sort of sit in a Zen garden at a particular time of day and a full moon and just hope that the ideas romantically hit me. I'm very unprecious when it comes to creativity. You just pluck something out of the air and make it. Almary Carlson asks, question, what microphone do you use? This one. It is the Blue Yeti X. Quick and simple. Galaxy, Galaxy's a legend, asks, my question is, what are some of your favourite Kiwi slang words and what do they mean? I am guilty, as most New Zealanders I would say are, of saying far too frequently the words bro and the phrase sweet as and the word choice. We put bro at the end of everything. Sweet as and choice are just our ways of saying, cool, good, nice one, bro. Yeah, you get me. Kathryn Jade Jarvi, what are your favourite nerdisms? And what groups do you place yourself in? Like Hogwarts house. I think I've always called myself a Slytherin, Ravenclaw hybrid. Make of that what you will. Marytaleofnewyork, which is a great name, asks, what is your favourite Edgar Wright work? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I'm not sure if that's a controversial choice. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World seems to be a bit of a sort of cult favourite, which I was always surprised by because I think it's just very inventive and visually interesting. I just geeked out over every element of it, and it inspires, I think, a lot of my approach to what I do visually sometimes. I just love it. I think a lot of people comment on my transitions in the videos, and I think I'm inspired by Edgar Wright. He really knows how to do a transition. Also, Shaun of the Dead. Cracking film. Thanks, patrons. Now, we are on to our subscribers. I've got a question here from Creative Calm ASMR. The Creative Calm. Asks, yeah, Creative Calm. Okay, you can relax. She asks, apart from chilling with a beer or two, how do you cope with the stress of your newfound online fame? Do you feel any pressure to put out work to a certain movie level standard compared to your original story reading content? I read that weird. Some pressure, yeah, but not a crippling amount. I mean, it's not really going to affect my output because I quite like pushing myself to do bigger, better, different things. As for whether or not I feel like I've got any modicum of online fame, I do not. And two, that's not what drives me. She goes on to ask, what prescription are the glasses you wear? Because I'd love to view the world as you see it. What glasses? I don't wear glasses. No, I've never seen you wear glasses. Bizarre. Okay, Severio Ross, I'm so sorry if I haven't said that properly, asks, just a quickie, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Number 2 from Severio Ross is, I'm guessing that The Gentleman video was based on the film of the same name, and if so, what was it that made you do a video based on that film as opposed to other ones? Sort of. I mean, it was based on Guy Ritchie films, generally. I think The Gentleman was the best name for this particular assortment of men doing ASMR, and it just so happened that the Guy Ritchie theme and directorial style and writing, etc., fit this concept very nicely, but it wasn't really a homage or parody of the Gentleman movie itself. And why that rather than any of the other films? If you're talking about Guy Ritchie films specifically, it was a sort of general pastiche. The question is, why not other films parodied? I have since parodied a few other films. I say parody a bit loosely. Yeah, good question. Ski Wolf asks, I'm really curious as to where you get the inspiration for your videos from. The content of them, the characters, etc. Also, I hope you're having a great day. That's so nice. Yeah, as I briefly touched on earlier, the inspiration, usually in the case of The Gentleman, etc., comes from films primarily. I sort of just make lists when I see something cool, or if I think of something cool that I might want to replicate or mimic or copy or derive some element from, and then one day go out and try and produce it. Okay. MMT asks, who are your favourite filmmakers? And are there any filmmakers you take any inspiration from? I'll say Edgar Wright. Okay. Mini Mestiza ASMR, I hope I've pronounced that properly, asks, besides the fantastic ASMR artists that you have collabed with already, who else would you love to collab with? I said collab and then go lab. Dush. Okay, go on 3, okay? 3, 2, 1. Atmosphere. How did you know? Also Phoenician sailor. Easy. You know what? I'm going through a real made in France ASMR phase. But yeah, there are loads, and I couldn't possibly name them all. Sorry, bro. Can I just stop you right there? We're about not even wearing a watch. We're a few minutes in, and that's when people usually, click away. So it could be an opportune moment for you to promote one of your videos. Oh yeah, good point. Limitless, the most recent one I did, is okay. Do you mean unlimited? Feel free to check. Oh shit, yeah. Far out, man. Whoops. I prefer the Grand Atlas myself. Yeah, of course you like that. It's a little bit more fun in it, and I was in it. Yeah, a little cameo. Shout out to me. Anyway, Eric Ironheart asks, what's the biggest thing you've wanted to do on this channel? If not ASMR, then what? I think I would be doing my subscribers a disservice if I deviated from ASMR on this channel. Within pushing the boundaries of this particular format / genre, whatever it is, I like the idea of doing sort of binaural soundscape film that felt very much like you're in this world of 3D sound that felt like a real sensory overload. Maybe something like that. Or maybe something more interactive, maybe something that felt like you were in a game. Or role-playing something, and that you had choices and alternate endings and pathways, and that you had some control over your experience. Or, I don't know. Okay. Nikita Melnikov asks, well, she has a few questions actually. 1, what is your favourite colour? 2, your favourite animal? 3, Hogwarts house. I know we've done Hogwarts house. And Patronus, answer that one. 4, what lightsaber colour do you wish that you had in Star Wars? Great question. 5, do you want to visit any foreign countries? Great. Do you remember all those? Okay, and go. Favourite colour? Blue. Probably. Runner-up, green. Favourite animal? Something cool like a wolf or an eagle. Patronus? Something cool like a wolf or an eagle. Lightsaber or... I think it's, beige answer. Oh no, it won't be blue. It will be gold. Do I want to visit any foreign countries? Yes, all of them. I couldn't even right now pick a favourite because I'm so ready to not be stuck in London. I live in London. I'm from New Zealand. So arguably, could be said, I've done some travelling already. But yes, more and more and more. Martin Fromberg Hansen asks, are you looking to continue with these storyline themed vids? Because I love the narration and the story that comes with it. I am indeed. Not strictly limited to just storytelling. But yes, that's what I enjoy. Scoop. How do you create all of these masterpiece-like movies? Is there an editing software that you grind on that you might want to tell us? The questions are being far too generous about my editing abilities. I mean, the software I use is Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro, and Adobe After Effects. But to be honest, I'm not precious about that. I could grind any other software. I'm sure I would work out how to use it. But yeah, I mean, editing software and editing techniques and editing in general isn't the thing that I really enjoy it, don't get me wrong. But it's all about the idea and the concept. And that stuff is sort of secondary. Venge asks, would you consider doing possibly an architect roleplay? I haven't seen one yet, but I think it could sound interesting, like with pencils, schematics, clipboards, etc. That does sound interesting, actually. Do you reckon you'd do one? To be honest, I think that there would be many better suited at doing so. I'm not really a role player, There are many fantastic roleplay channels out there, and I just don't think I'm one of them. But never say never. Maybe. Why not? At some point. It's on the list. It's going on the list. Motimus or Motimus, either way, it's a cool ass name, asks, are we ever going to get another chapter of Where the Ducks Go? As soon as Joe writes the final thing. To be honest, I can probably tease this. Joe, the writer of Where the Ducks Go, the most amazing book that I've read on my channel. And if you haven't seen the Where the Ducks Go videos, please check them out. Is that where the link goes? We are going to read the full book. It's a full novel now. So hopefully, when he finishes it, he will give it to me and we can read it. Can't wait. Joe? Riley Lemmer asks, what is the process for making your ASMR shorts? And how long do they usually take to make? I think I've already briefly gone into the process, but they take too long to make for a short. Probably about, it's really hard to say, to be honest. They've all taken such a different amount of time, at least a week. Sign ASMR Sex God asks, is the time you spend editing more organised and spread out? Or do you just try to do it all in one go and end up doing crazy hours in front of the computer? It helps that we have another one of us editing. Isn't there multiple versions of us sort of Jim 5's thing? Nope. think that's us. I think it's Jim 5's thing. So we do the twin thing, right? Twin thing's ours. No, I think every ASMR creator's done a twins thing as well. GB, Rapunzel, Creative Calm. I mean, loads of people have done the twin thing. Yeah, sure, mate. Sure. Okay, it's an original idea. Can you finish Seb's question, please? I spend a couple of days, 2 or 3 days of crazy hours in front of the computer. Yeah. And just edit the hell out of it. J.H. Nelson asks, why do you choose to make more short film cinematic ASMR than the seemingly standard, longer, more basic ASMR? Like, you don't do any role plays or just regular tapping videos. Why? At the end of the day, I think you have to make videos for you. And while I love watching role plays, one, I don't think I'd be great at it, to be honest. And two, I don't ever want my acting to really be at the centre of this channel. I mean, it will be, but luckily I can hide it and cloud it in editing concept. Alex Savoie asks, what is the hardest video you've had to make on this channel to date? Or any scrapped projects, if they count too? I don't know, considering I feel the emotional heartache of each recent video a little bit more keenly. For instance, Unlimited feels like it took a lot of time. Maybe Sleep City? Maybe The Gentleman. Don't know. Either Sleep City or The Gentleman. Or Grand Atlas. Or Unlimited. No idea. Are there discarded projects? Yes. Loads. But I don't want to say what they are in case I ever unearth them. One day. Figurative artist Benjamin Lester asks, I'm a portrait artist and figurative painter. How would you feel about modelling for a painting? How would you like me to model? Paint me like one of your French girls. What a shocking and unexpected answer. Okay, Caitlin Brown asks, what's it like for you to have transitioned from primarily reading other stories to creating and producing your own? Feels good. I'm keen to do more of both. Read stories, communicate my own stories, whatever. I mean, they're not really my own stories. A lot of the material that I'm creating at the moment is very derivative, to say the least. But, telling stories, it's a joy. Jappy to Fly asks, what's your favourite film? I don't know, I just watched the Grand Atlas video and got curious. It will surprise no one to learn that it's the Grand Budapest Hotel. At least that's one of my favourite films. Love it. Okay, this one's from Kuchizukinoa. I'm so sorry, I didn't pronounce that properly. 1996. Atlas, are you doing fine? I hope you're doing great. Will you keep doing story reading for ASMR vids? I love those. Yeah, I'll keep doing the story reading. At some point. I mean, I'm more likely to read Joe's Where the Ducks Go than fairy tales again. But never say never. Why not? Great. Alien Emoji asks, do you have any tattoos? And if not, would you ever get any? I have 0 tattoos, but I'm not against the idea of getting one. Considering I can barely design myself a logo, I think designing something, and I probably would want to design something, for myself would be extremely hard because my tastes change like that. But if I did get something, it would be something to remind me of home. You know, something to do with New Zealand. Good. The PR. When you make your more expansive videos, such as the collabs, how do you go about lighting a scene? Is there any additional Foley added in post? Great questions. I tend to typically light myself with one big softbox from the front or from the side or wherever I need to, such as dictated by the lighting environment of the scene that I'm in. And sometimes a sort of backlight, small backlights. And that's one of the bits that I really enjoy. And as a photographer, that's a very transferable skill. Foley is something that is a new journey, new skill for me. I'm trying to create more interesting soundscapes, particularly in Unlimited. That was a really crucial part of making that video. That one guy over there asks, I take it from the many well-done movie ASMR videos that you're a fan of movies. If so, what are a few of your favourites? I think we could probably defer to the earlier Grand Budapest Hotel example. Do you reckon? Yeah, I mean, I'll just say Grand Budapest Hotel again. Martin from Berg-Hansen. We've already had Martin. This is just another one from Martin. Well done on the grouping, me. I'm such a pro interviewer. Have you drawn any inspiration from other creators with narratives and storytelling, like Ephemeral Rift, for example? Yeah. I mean, one, I listen to Ephemeral Rift possibly more than I listen to any other ASMR artist. But I'm not sure that I've drawn inspiration from their sort of storytelling world. I draw inspiration from Ephemeral Rift in many other ways. He's just sensationally relaxing, but mind-bogglingly creative. I love him. Proper Detoxicity, nailed that first time, says, love your collabs. What themes or stories are we going to see next that are collaborative? Watch this space. I'm not going to give anything away, not just yet. Vampires. Okay, Lauren Bachman asks, I only started watching your videos recently. Thanks for watching, Lauren. But I really love how you bring so much to your characters in such little time. This question might be kind of basic, but do you have any acting tips or tricks that you find useful? Tips. Do you? Lauren, your question is amazing. Thank you so much for asking it. I'm laughing because I don't consider myself, one, an actor, two, a particularly good one. Look, I can hit the beats of what I do, fine, but no, it's not something I would feel confident providing any sort of advice on. Okay, Samuel Slick, aka the Red Wolf. Hello, Mr. the Red Wolf. Thank you very much for being such a supporter of mine. And Atlas's has some questions for you. What are your favourite 3 things to do on a rainy day? Do you enjoy jigsaw puzzles, crosswords, sudokus, word searches, or any other type of puzzle? Do you have any tattoos? I've covered that. Do you have any favourite authors? Who are they? Are you a fan of poetry? Are you left-handed, right-handed, or ambidextrous? Have you ever played air hockey or foosball? And do you have a preference? There was a poem, Ozymandias, that was in the Grand Atlas Hotel, which was by Percy Bysshe Shelley. And that was the first poem I think I fell in love with because my grandpa read it to me when I was very young. And I do like Shakespeare's poetry as well. But apart from that, I can't say that I'm in love with poetry. I'm left-handed, and I've played air hockey and foosball with a slight preference for air hockey. Okay, and another question from Alien Emoji. Because I've once again done a tremendous job of grouping the questions. Thoughts on David Lynch? Not too many thoughts, to be honest. I mean, I know many people who are obsessed with Twin Peaks, etc., but I am not one of these people. You're nailing it. KSMR asks a 3-fold question. Are you into superheroes? If you are, who is your favourite? Plus, what superpowers would you like if you could pick one for yourself? I've never been a comic book person, but I can say with confidence that I love the Marvel films and the DC films that are okay, like Batman, etc. I quite like Iron Man, which I'm sure is an answer shared by many people around the world. And that would probably also be the superpower that I'd want. He's massively intelligent and industrious, and can build fantastic, powerful things. And I think I would rather have that, the ability to make my own things, than something I was born with or inherited and a power I couldn't control. Heartbreaker 101. Are there any video ideas that you would love to do but do not know how to put them into motion? I have a long list of video ideas, and many of them are too hard, or sort of not ASMR-y enough, or not visually exciting enough, or whatever. But I just sort of jot things down as they hit me, and when I think about them over a course of weeks or months, they become more or less possible. So yeah, I don't think there's anything that I feel that I can't achieve technically, because, theoretically, you will learn these things, or you will get to a point where you can afford certain things, or have other people help you with things, so I don't scratch any things off the list because I can't achieve them. KB Cuddles ASMR. Hello, Kate. Do you have a favourite photographer or particular style that really speaks to you? 2. Has this influenced how you edit your videos in any way? And 3. Is it possible we'll hear more adventures of Brenda and her beaver? I adore your storytime videos. I have many photographers that I constantly reference, and just Pinterest boards upon Pinterest boards of photographs that I love. As for whom I am currently obsessing over, Mary Ellen Matthews, she was the photographer for Saturday Night Live, and she sort of pioneered this crossover style, which is a sort of modern pop art meets sort of old Hollywood glamour lighting, which is these like hard Fresnel lights that she has a team of people that post-produce in really lovely ways. And they're just so poppy and so interesting and so captivating, which they need to be. These SNL bumpers, look them up on Pinterest or something like that. It's a really distinctive style. Brenda and her beaver. I don't even know if there are any more books in the canon. If they release another one, yes, that'll quickly rise to the top of my list. Sab. My question is, if the inside of your mind was a room in the house, which would it be and why? I would say either the office or the workshop or the garage. I'm a tinkerer. Far more so a sort of digital tinkerer, as in I love making films, music, art, whatever. But that's me in my happy place, making stuff. Neon Bean. My question is, what inspires you to keep making videos? I think we've partially covered that. It's long been a mantra of mine to just keep making stuff. And I get bored if I am sitting still or not moving forwards, and therefore I often see new creative pursuits just pop up, be it last year when I was obsessed with drawing on the iPad and doing it sort of fan art. And I've previously been obsessed with making music, and obsessed with graphic design, and obsessed with photography, and obsessed with baking, all sorts, whatever. And this is just another creative avenue for me to get obsessed by. And so that is what drives me. Obsession, healthy or not. Sandra, may I ask, if our roles were reversed and I could read you a story, what would you like to hear? Oh, Sandra also asks, do you cook something comforting, like The Hobbit or Harry Potter or something? I've never actually been read to as an adult, so I wouldn't know what that felt like. I love to cook. I don't cook for myself often enough. But if I'm having mates over, I love to cook. It becomes a real event. Tammy the Carwide Games asks, do you have a degree in film or something to that nature? Because your videos are among the best produced visually in the ASMR community. I do not. I took a film paper in university once, but certainly didn't cover any of the technical aspects of film, and actually I don't think I went to any of the classes. They're okay, I've seen better. ASMR Eliza. Congratulations. My question is, what has been the hardest video to film? Maybe Limbo was the hardest, technically. But yeah, I had a clear idea as to what I wanted, so it was okay. Quan Tom, my only question, who gave you the right to be so cute? I'm cuter. Birch in the Woods ASMR. What movie director would you like to have a beer and or collaborate with? I would say Taika Waititi, my countryman. He directed Boy, Hunt for the Wilder People, Thor Ragnarok. He would be amazing to have dinner with. Would love to. Spartan Bradford. Do you plan on making a story-based series? Do you have any more big collabs coming up? I guess Unlimited is my first story universe that we've seen part 1 of, and that we will continue to follow. I've written it out already, so yeah, stay tuned on that, I guess. Collabs coming up, yes, there are. Oh, would you like a drink, by the way? Thanks. Sparkling water, because that's your thing. Internet dude. We like Internet dude. He's been with us right from the start. Do you work out? Is having a more muscular body one of your goals? Internet dude, hello. I don't know how I could possibly get more muscular. I mean, I turned 30 in a matter of months, so I just want to hold it together until then, I guess. Gavin Gomez. What is your day-to-day job? And would you consider quitting it to become a full-time content creator? I doubt it at this stage. Never say never. Who knows where life will go? But I think I would find the huge fluctuation in income and stability not that great for the old head. Elliot Witt, number 1. What gave you inspiration to do your short cinematic videos? I feel like we're starting to crack into an exciting genre, medium. ASMR is already amazing at immersing you into a video because you are effectively delivering a monologue or something to you, the viewer, and you, the viewer, are a character, the main character even, inside of a role play or a world that someone has created. And if you can take that, bring in amazing 3D sound, make it feel like you're in this beautifully built cinematic world, then suddenly you're dealing with some really exciting elements. And I want to see how far we can push that. Obstacle number 3. Congratulations and greetings from Germany. My question, since your channel has this great cinematography, your favorite directors? Let's say Edgar Wright, Taika Waititi. Let's just say those 2 for now. Bree the Brat. Do you have an idea for a video that you are really interested in making, but you don't feel confident enough in your abilities to make it yet? Yeah, I guess there are things that I'm waiting to do until I have a particular piece of kit or a particular skill, or there's someone else that can help me, or to collab with a particular person. Yeah, I guess that's broadly true. Hammy Bear. My question is pretty basic, honestly. Do you identify as any of the LGBTAQ+? There's probably so many people interested to know stuff like that about you, but if it's too personal, I understand. Great question. I identify as straight, but am a proud ally. Nailed it. One question. Does this joke hold up over the course of a Q&A? It's quite long. It's a long time to draw this out. Yeah, good point. Okay. Rowan Estarte. the devoted, I hope I said that properly, asks, could you tell us the story of how you came to meet your main collaborators, maybe? In parentheses, Tippy Tappy, Jim G, Crinkle Oven, etc. Seems like you guys have a great friendship. Oh, I met Tippy Tappy and some of the other people that I'm friends with in the community, like Maya ASMR, Sleepy Kitty ASMR, Sign ASMR, Katie ASMR, and now Evil Rob, who's just started his ASMR channel. Check him out. I met them in a meetup in my first month of doing ASMR. I first spoke to Jim when doing the Alice in Wonderland collab on Jodie Marie's channel. Please check it out. That he expertly edited together and became fast friends. He and I had a beer, well, way too many beers, very recently. And I can't pinpoint the exact moment the love affair with Crinkle Oven started. But she is such a wonderful supporter of, new ASMR creators. And we've recently been collabing, and it's blossomed into a beautiful friendship. Okay, Kathryn C. What are some of your favourite stories? Can be books or movies. I recently found myself rewatching Lord of the Rings. I know that seems a bit sort of overly Kiwi of me to say, but they're a cracking watch. Leo Gansland asks, do you like ginger beer? Love from Sweden. Yes, I love ginger beer. Bundaberg ginger beer from back home. Okay, Mumesma 095. I would like to know a little bit about the technical thing, if you don't mind. Which camera, mic, and video editor do you use? I want to be a filmmaker one day, so I'm really interested in that stuff. Great. I will link all of the gear that I use down in the description box below. I typically use a Blue Yeti mic. I use a Canon camera, can't remember exactly which make, 5D something. And I edit on Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects. And I light my videos with big soft boxes. Valentine asks, any advice for an aspiring graphic designer? I want to study it for college. Just make stuff, as much stuff as you can, and you will learn the skills along the way. Find the things that you enjoy making, even if it's memes on the internet or if it's joke cards for your mates at Christmas. You will find the things that you enjoy. My stomach's going crazy. Okay, this one is from Mariam Margid, or Mariam Margid. I'm so sorry, Mariam. Next live stream, or whenever we next chat, please correct me. My question is, which are the ASMR artists that you like to watch most? I always find this question tough because my tastes will likely have completely changed by the time this video is released. I'm currently going through a bit of a phase of the ASMR Ryan. I used to really geek out on Ephemeral Rift and Phoenician Sailor. Who else am I watching at the moment? Made in France, ASMR. Kristen C. What is your background in to be able to produce such professional and well-constructed content? Thank you. As mentioned, photography and graphic design, but I should be more specific in that the graphic design I'm used to doing is photo manipulation, and I guess that provides a little bit of a transferable skill for compositing, which is broadly what you do when you have a green screen behind you and you put yourself into a photographic world. So that's the bit that at the moment I'm enjoying upskilling in, but also the bit that's clicking for me the easiest. Danielle Hall asks, what is the storyboarding process for your videos, if you have one? And do you build it from one idea that popped randomly into your head, or create a theme and refine it? Yeah, the storyboarding process is chaotic. I will write out, once I have the idea, the various shots that I want, and the various, triggers and how it all sort of fits together. I will typically underwrite the dialogue because I know that I can improv if needed, but the things, the shots and the gags and everything need to be pretty well thought out before filming. Some ideas come to me very fleshed out already, and there's a lot of meat on the bone. Some ideas really need working into. Des Fly says, your videos are awesome and I find your voice incredibly relaxing to listen to. Would you ever do a role play or personal attention ASMR video? I attempt to integrate elements of role playing and personal attention into what I'm doing. Sometimes as a parody, but sometimes just acknowledging that these are what people want to see from ASMR. As for whether or not I will ever do a straight role play or a straight personal attention video, yeah, never saying never. Okay, Yay asks, I can see you like cinematography and you're very good at it. So my questions are, favourite movie, and why are you not doing cinematography professionally? I don't really want to do it professionally. It's too much fun. I hope that's a good answer. Tepnox, are you a professional video editor? I think I can answer that. I think we just covered that. Probably no. George Liston, what's your job? Because your editing is too good for it not to be your job, lol. George, thank you very much for the question. I think we can call that covered as well. Alistair LeBleu, why the name Atlas? Because it sounds cool. Nobody Unknown asks, are you going to make another video like The Gentleman? I'd love to watch another video like this, with way more men, of course. The interaction of not only the viewer with the gentleman, but interaction between two or more of the gentlemen trying to tingle each other, and many gentlemen talking to the viewer at the same time, so I can truly feel the testosterone trying to penetrate us with the ASMR experience. Yeah, I think it's probably safe to say I'm going to make another gentleman video with way more men. Ricardo Jose Urena, maybe, asks, how tall are you? I am 1 centimetre shy of 6 foot. Harry McLaughlin, who are your favourite photography YouTubers? I like Peter McKinnon. Check out Peter McKinnon. Not that he needs the plug. How much time have we got? Okay, almost there. Great. John Travolta asks, cucumbers or lima beans? Cucumbers, 1000%. Yeah, question from me actually. What pills did you use for the unlimited video? Would you like one? Yeah, I'd love one. What if there was a pill? All right. EE asks, why are you so cute? I can answer that. He's not. Final question. You've been so patient. Thank you so much. The unlimited ASMR is, in my opinion, a genre of its own. Too kind. How did you develop skills to make something so amazing and interesting? I mean, most ASMR roleplays are parodies of some sort, so I don't really feel like I'm breaking any new ground. And then it happened.